Okay, how are we doing? As promised, I want to start what is it, Lizzie Borden? Is that how you say her name? You guys know I can butcher some pronunciations. Um, so let's go into the Lizzie Borden reading. If it's Lizzie Borden, I apologize. I do believe it's pronounced Bourdain though. Interesting. I just get a very intriguing feeling before I even go into it. So this ought to be interesting. I just felt it was going to be interesting before I did the reading. They were not certain if she committed the murders or not. Okay. I know briefly about the story. Of course, I've watched the movies. Y'all know how Hollywood does. It's probably not even half of what's going on. Y'all know pretty much what I'm talking about. So I want to look into it and see what answers we get. Again, I'm very, very intrigued. Okay. So let's see, the axe murderer, y'all. We want to know, did she do them? Who did them? What's going on in that house? Oh, I get what's going on in that house, y'all. Some secrets, hidden things that would cause something like this to happen. All right, tell me about. I mean, as you know, she's definitely transitioned by now. I feel these murders were done as like some form of new beginning. So, again, the reading has not confirmed if she's the actual murderer. But I feel at the time this was going on, she definitely was going through a stage of rebirth, like a new beginning, okay? And she wanted a new beginning. She had a love affair going on. Now, rumors and movies has it, okay, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you what they have told us once again, is that she possibly was having a love affair with one of the maids, all right? I believe that's how it goes. It's not really saying if it's a woman or a man, but I know she was in some type of love affair. And I feel that's the new beginning it's talking about. She wanted to be with this lover, okay? Let's go deep into it. Now, I do feel those murders happen for some type of growth. Now, y'all know like how they do today. Insurance, you know, you get money. From your family, or if you're in the will, or okay, spirits, where are we going with this? If you're in the will or something like that, you can profit off of, family members. You know what I'm saying, how some people really get down with this type of stuff, you know? So I feel like in some way, her wanting this new beginning, this new life for herself, and to be with this new lover, because I feel it was a new lover. She wanted growth out of that situation. So let's not pinpoint fingers just yet. But I'm feeling we're kind of going into maybe something like that, okay? Now, her and this lover was totally different. They're from different worlds. If I do remember, Lizzie had a couple dollars. Her family has a couple dollars. The maid is, or this lover she had was not as, what word would you use? Prosperous maybe, or you would say someone, what is the word I'm looking for, y'all? When you're born into money, when you have it like that, you know what I mean? I feel like her lover was not the same, okay? I will find that word. It's just stuck in my head and I can't. Privileged. That is the word I'm looking for. Okay, these murders were done by dark forces. Okay, now Lizzie, is it telling on you? Because I think that's where we're going. She waited till these people were alone. Ooh. Okay, reading. Murders happen because of a come up. Again, this new beginning, wanting to be with this new lover that is from a different social class than her, okay? Predator. Okay, these murders were planned very well, I get. This is not something that happened like spontaneously. This is something that was thought out. This was premeditated. This was something you kind of wait to do. You know what I mean? Because you got to plan and you got to make sure all the knots are tied and the T's are crossed. And, you know, so I feel like it was very well planned. You know, she wants to be on top. That's her thing. I feel like we may even get the narcissism card coming up here. Again, I just get she was very privileged. Especially for that time and error. Don't know exactly who she's upset with. We will find out, but I do feel like those spirits do want war with her for what has happened. Okay, spirits, you keep talking like she's the one who did the murders. Please clarify, because that's the part we need to know, okay? An investigation done off the deaths that happened in that home. At the time the police were involved. Okay. Okay, this is the plan, but again, we have not pinpointed if she is the culprit, but it will come out in Trust and Believe. But I feel like when these murders were done, okay, this person, the plan was to get out of there, okay? Again, this person wanted a new beginning with a new lover. The plan was to go somewhere far away, okay? Definitely the murders, this person was getting something out of it, so it was profitable. You know you need money to make a new start, a new beginning, to just up and leave and go somewhere 11:11 on the clock and just start something new. It's not cheap, okay? So this card means two different things. The plan was to get away after this. Did not happen that way, that's for sure. Now there was evidence, you know, this is a whole different time, so we can't get into that. And these spirits will get their blind justice. There was something, y'all, going on. Oh, speak to me. With Lizzie and her father. Oh. Tell me, what was going on, Lizzie, with you and your father? It's shameful. Okay. I mean, one can only guess, can't we, of why a relationship with your father would be so shameful. Let's go deeper into the reading. Again, this was planned. The culprit, we won't say her just yet, only had a certain amount of time to get this done, okay? So this was a religious home. They were religious. I believe it was maybe Catholic or Christianity, something like that. All right. That is the silver lining. Now, someone was lying about this case and also about what happened, okay? Lots of hidden secrets. It's a very dark, strange case. We have the culprit here. We have the killer. Narcissist, psychopath, sociopath card. Y'all know what it is. We'll put that right there. Who are we looking at? I get Lizzie saying she didn't want to be in that home anymore. She was uncomfortable. She could not be herself. What are we speaking of? Because I feel like, as far as the story goes, that at that time you were a lesbian. That wasn't probably acceptable, especially in a prominent family. So where are we going with this? Your father, you and him had some kind of shameful relationship. Now we're using our brains here. We kind of know where that's going. As you know, the victims were very hurt. I mean, they were chopped up with an axe. I won't say in different pieces, but they were definitely hurt, okay? But why were you hurt, Lizzie? I'm feeling your emotions as well. There's something inner going on that has been unleashed like a beast. Lots of built-in anger and animosity. And I'm feeling, is this against your father? I mean, what is going on here? Okay. Get this to come up. We know. I feel like you did have a helper helping you to get rid of evidence. Yes. You want to know if you're the culprit, Lizzie. You backed off the situation. Lots of conspiracy theories. You know, everybody got their stories about it. The story about Lizzie Borden, and also okay. Were you drinking that day, or wait a minute. You got into a big fight with your father, is what I'm feeling. This stems from rage. I'm just feeling so much rage in that particular day. It's like you're unleashing a beast that has formed inside of you. It has manifested itself. It has taken time to come out. Maybe you or your father was drinking that day. Things were said. Okay. Very interesting. Issues since the child. What's going on with you and your father? Something. I don't. Are we talking about sexual abuse? We know why it was done. It was done for money. This new beginning with this new lover. Oh. How crazy is that? It's kind of like a dark romance where I feel maybe both of you planned this. It was definitely planned. I want to still see if it's you. Okay. You have so much anger, though, I feel, built up for this one particular man. It's very scary. It's very dark. Something happened where I feel like he needs to be exposed. All right, fine. Lizzie. Something happened, I feel, sexual between you and your father. And he lied about it. Listen. Yes. Secrets. Well, alrighty then. I think we are where we need to be with understanding. I feel you got a victory out of this. This is a comeback for a come up. This is revenge. This is... Oh, wow. I'm even getting the feeling when your father was murdered. There's a feeling of... I just get sweet revenge. Even when the blood touched this person, it's like this gratification feeling. But I'm still leaning towards you because this makes sense of why this would have unraveled the way it did. True. Traitor. All we know about how people inherit things. Learning about it. Communication between you and another person about what happened. And yeah, you did go to jail for a while until you were released because they never found you guilty. You had money. You had a great person to represent you. You got rid of a lot of evidence. I feel this was very well planned. Very well planned. Two great masterminds, I feel, who had a very strong purpose and goal in mind. All right. I'm going to go into, as you know, our killer cards to look further into this. Very interesting. I figured there was some things going on between you and your father which caused you to be very angry. Which, I mean, if that happens, who wouldn't be? You know? Like, there is a witness. Someone heard someone scream or something. I told y'all money is involved. That's a part of the plan. Yes, because again, this was like a pressure cooker is what I'm getting. There's something going on in that home for a very long time and something brewing in Lizzie that just came out like raw. You know what I mean? It's like a rage monster, if you will. And it's so strong. It's so, oh my goodness. What was brewing, what was manifesting itself inside of her is just mind-blowing. It's like a werewolf or something. It's pretty bad, right? Tell me about Lizzie Borden. Tell me about Lizzie Borden. Well, we know that much. I told y'all this was premeditated. Killer planned out the details in advance. Of course, you would have to plan something like this, you know? This is dealing with money, wills and assets, things passed down, heirlooms. You know, you gotta plan stuff like this. Only makes sense. Tell me about. Yeah, but then we're talking about a long, long time ago, so we can't get anything off the murder weapon. But you're right. Yeah, important details have been hidden. It's a cover up. You know, she had money. She came from a prominent family. She had great representation. So of course, right? And I feel this was planned out very well. Very well. I just feel strongly it was her and that lover. That planned this together. They were the masterminds behind it. Okay, fine. Fine, spirits. I'm going to these cards. Let's see what we get. Got several cards. It just makes sense that it's her. Yes. We need this one, honey. Father. Home. Oh, I'm getting a vision of what happened to it. So spooky. Oh my gosh. Oh, I knew when I did this when it was going to be. All right, Lizzie. You gotta live with this on the other side, sweetheart. Alrighty. They may not have found you here. Guilty, but told you that it was an argument. Something had been brewing in her. She already wanted a new beginning with this lover. She had everything planned. And things just got really heated. That's what I feel. What was the argument about? It's very important that we know. She wanted to be free. I feel her father had some kind of hold on her. Money. He had a Yeah, he will always blackmail her. Did a sibling help you as well? I think you had a sister. That, you always got what you wanted though. But I feel like it was to keep you controlled and content. Oh, I feel like your father was a predator. Yes, I do. You know, we got something about your mother as well. Okay. You were jealous of your mother, stepmother. The cards won't say stepfather, stepmother. It'll just say father or mother. Okay? So when we see that, it could also mean step, if that's the situation. But I feel like you were jealous of your stepmother because you wanted all the money, all the attention. Y'all were, well, I will say, like most women do, fighting over money. Who gets what? Who spends what? She felt you were spoiled, entitled, and she wondered why you were so entitled to what he had. But I don't think she knew what was going on with y'all two fighting all the time, as you should, because yes, as you should have been fighting and at war with someone who betrayed you in this way. He would spy on you. Had total control of your life. Your money. He controlled you with money. I mean, as I'm doing this reading, can you blame the poor child? Alright. This is the only way that you've seen out. Fair. He was messing with you and the stepmother. Yeah, that was planned out that whole morning. I guess it was something significant about breakfast. Like, she knew from there that things were going to take a real drastic turn. But again, this was planned. So the timing was everything. So she knew at breakfast what she was going to do. So you just kind of stared at everybody. The ones you were wanting to get rid of. The ones you felt you had some animosity towards. You were just looking at them, knowing their demise was close. But they didn't know. And you got pleasure in that. Okay. Alright. And you knew at breakfast what it was going to be. Making a confession right now about the murder. I am not one to judge. I don't feel that you're necessarily a bad spirit. I feel that some things went on for a long time since you were a child that unleashed this beast inside of you. I feel when you did the murders, you were just enraged. You just clicked out of yourself and was a whole different being. There was no stopping. You wasn't going to turn back. You knew what you wanted. You were determined to not go through these things anymore and to start a new life for yourself, to be happy, to be free, to not be under your father's thumb, to not have to walk in his shadow, to not have any dealings with him whatsoever again. You wanted him and your stepmother out of the picture so that you could live. We hear so many stories like this, y'all. We hear so many stories like this. Is she still responsible in the spiritual realm for what she's done? Absolutely. I'm sorry, but yes. Because unfortunately, spirits see it like there were other ways, there were other solutions. But I feel like she felt trapped in this home and in this lifestyle, as she didn't see another way. You know, we could even be talking about like that Gypsy Rose or cases where they just feel like, okay, this was the only way I saw out. Is it kind of selfish? Yes. Is it something maybe we don't understand? Yes. Okay. Is it 100% right? No. Do people feel it's right at the time? Yes. Unfortunately, this was her only way to have the freedom that she wanted. Okay? And not to mention the psychological and emotional damage that her father has done to her for years, since she was a child. All right? Stuff like that we really can't touch or judge, because what if that was happening to you? What if you were in that situation? How would you handle it? You know? You just never know what the mind can take. I have no judgment. I can't imagine. She hated her father. That is the missing piece. There was something going on, you know, with her father. You know pretty much what it is. Now, I do feel he might have been drinking that day. Like I said, an argument broke out. This is what started all this. Was that argument just triggered her. It was like, that's the last straw. I'm going to go ahead with this plan and I'm going to do what I got to do. There's details that we need to look further into. Again, that's a good detail. Did these police officers, prosecutors at the time, did they know? One moment, y'all.